add that little square, and I want it right here. Score the area, slip it on there, clean it up. Same thing goes for each one. I'm gonna pull this off because I don't need it. The other thing I want to show too is creating my stamp. My stamp will be used for my subtractive pot. So I'm actually gonna cut off a whole nother flower here. Cut a little bit more for the circle in the center. Roll that out. Do the same process. It's essentially the same thing, although I'm going to add it to a chunk of clay here. A chunk of clay that I can use to stamp onto my other bowl for the subtractive bowl. You'll also see that being stamped out in a later video. So I'm working through my petals. I got my 5 petals. I got my little ball for the center. And I'm actually going to take a hunk of clay here, part of my, now I'm not ever going to fire this stamp, but it's going to hopefully use as my tool for my subtractive one. So I just kind of rolled out a ball in my hand. And again, I haven't showed this in class yet, but I will show it tomorrow. I want it to essentially be a little bit of a handle on the other side so I can stamp it and hold it comfortably. If it's too short, I'm not going to be able to hold it comfortably. I also want to make sure it's probably going to fit a flower, and that doesn't look like it does. So I'm going to squish it a little bit more so I've got more surface down here. But I still have my handle going. That probably looks pretty good. So same thing, I'm gonna score, oop, shouldn't have put that on the bowl or underneath the bowl. I'm gonna score my area here. And I am gonna do the same thing. Same process, I'm just creating it on this flat surface for my stamp rather than, oh, on my pot. It's a little bit different because my clay is really plastic. I may even have to wait to clean it up just a little bit. I think I'm still going to try. But my stamp itself wants to move on me and kind of adjust and do some things that maybe I don't want it to do because it's at that plastic state. So I'm going to try though, just for the video's sake. I may not get it all the way cleaned up to where I'm really happy with that, but now to use this stamp, I need to let it get to a stiff leather hard. I can't try and stamp something when it's plastic, it's just going to squish and then it's pointless. So I'm running through the same process, trying to stay in my field of view. I want to kind of squish down my petals as best as I can, but again, it's a little bit harder because of the fact that I'm working on a really plastic kind of stamp here. So you'll see me practice and kind of stamp this out on my next video. I can still kind of clean this up. But this is what I mean too when I said in class that my subtractive pot, unless I was carving, which I'll show both too, will go quite a bit quicker. However, I do encourage you, again, to challenge yourself and push your creativity. Push your pattern. Do something different. Try something different. If it is polka dots, are they really dense? Are they really close together so there's a lot of them? How can you push yourself? Okay, so that's pretty all right. For right now, there's some things I need to do still, but it's really pretty plastic, so I think I'm going to wait just a little bit, but that's in essence how to create a stamp that I'll use for my other pot. And I made the exact same thing of what's going on this pot, so one is additive and then one is subtractive. As always, take a deep breath, go slow, challenge yourself, choose something out of the ordinary, be creative. This is what's going to put your pot different from the person next to you. And hopefully you're really happy with it, and I can't wait to see them.